Hey everybody, this video is going to serve two purposes. First, it's going to be a very brief introduction to kind of a new wrinkle to my field reviews, and second, it's going to be the first installment in this new kind of thing I'm going to do with my field review videos. The backstory is that I was at the field the other day, and the field owner pulled me aside and said, "Hey, I saw your video review, I really liked it, but I have a few suggestions for you." And one of the things he suggested, which I thought was an excellent idea, was that if I review a field and then I go back to it down the road, a few months or maybe a year later, I should update my review if things have changed, for better or for worse, at that particular field. And I thought that's a really great idea. That makes perfect sense. If things changed, I should try to keep my reviews up to date, and especially if fields make improvements, I should let everyone know about that. So along those lines, today I'm going to talk about Long Live Paintball. I reviewed them a few months back. The last time I had played there, I actually looked it up, was back in April, and then I just went on Saturday, September 7th, 2013. So now I'll tell you about the changes that they've made since then. I wrote these all out, so I don't want to forget anything because I want to make sure I dot all my I's and cross all my T's because there were quite a few changes. Going back to my original review, my real problems with Long Live Paintball were basically associated with the fact that the field got very popular very fast, and it was a little bit bigger than the staff could handle at the time. So there weren't really enough refs, the refs were a little inexperienced, and there were long waits kind of between games, that kind of stuff. A lot of this has really been taken care of now, and it's really impressive, some of the improvements they've made. So just on the kind of facility side of things, they have a speedball dead zone adjacent to the airball field, and then they have another dead zone for all the walk-ons that is next to that. Both of them now have canopies over them, nice solid tents. They're completely covered, which is really cool. And a lot of the fields have seen improvements. This is particularly true for the Woods field, which is now about twice as big as it used to be, and has a lot of diverse kind of action to it. So it has kind of a fortress structure kind of thing right in the middle of the field, which controls that part of the field, but the field is wide and long enough that you can go around it on either side and still play that field in, kind of deep woods, sneaky if you want to, with natural cover and very little artificial construction in that area, which is great. That field also has elevation changes now, which is really cool. They also have many more refs now, and the refs are much older, so they're able to better control what's going on. This goes for both in the games and in the staging area. So the game turnaround is very quickly. There's no more waiting around for half hour wondering, okay, come on, when are we going to get back out on the field? Generally, you go out, you play, you do 2 rounds on a given field, you come back, and then within a minute or two of everyone kind of getting back settled, you get an announcement, Group B, 10 minutes, we're going out to this field. And then the turnaround is real quick. So everyone loads up, has a drink, gets air all filled up, and then they go right back out onto the field, which is great. They also keep things moving pretty quickly when we get out to the fields as far as making teams and dividing everybody up and making sure the teams are fair. They did that in the past as well, but good job keeping that going. As I said previously, they're really good about dividing up the experienced from the inexperienced players so that everyone plays at an appropriate level. And now what they do is they actually assign group letters and numbers to people. So you'll have Group A, Group B1, Group B2, where Group A might be the people with their own gear that'll be playing out on the walk-on fields, and then Group B1 might be a mix of renters and newer people with their own gear, and then Group B2 might be almost exclusively renters, and they'll have 3 separate refs or 3 separate pairs of refs if they have enough refs, and they did the last time I was there, to have 2 refs on each game, and they'll send these groups out separately so everyone's playing with their appropriate skills. And again, they are keeping the groups flowing very efficiently so no one's sitting down for too long. One more thing I just want to point out is that they now have safety briefings. One thing I mentioned when I previously reviewed Long Live Paintball was that like 90% of fields these days, there's no safety briefing at the beginning of the day. But this last time I was there, they had a ref going around to each table, giving every table of players a safety briefing, which was excellent. One final little bit of nitpicking I want to make here is that I think now that they have enough refs, they really need to have somebody on the chrono instead of having it on the honor system. They should have someone there throughout the day making sure that all the walk-on players with their own equipment are chronoed below the limit. Or they should have designated times where they say, okay, all the people with their own gear. We're going to come over here, everyone's going to run through the chrono real fast, and then we can go back and do our thing. But that's pretty much the only thing I can suggest for improvement here. They've made a lot of improvements since the last time I was there, and for that I can only say way to go, keep up the good work. That's Long Live Paintball in Monroe Township, New Jersey on Englishtown Road. I will definitely be going back in the relatively near future when I have time. Hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.